Uganda, KTN News.
Experts and activists are faulting the government over its plans to go ahead and establish a nuclear plant at Uyombo village in Kilifi County. They argue that doing so will have disastrous repercussions for the residents of Uyombo. Speaking at both Uyombo village and in Nairobi while meeting the Nuclear Power and Energy Agency, NUPEA, they said that most European countries are closing shop on nuclear and wondered why Kenya was going ahead with the plan. Tobias Chanji reports.
Vladimir Sliviak is a Russian nuclear expert who also co-chairs Eco-Defense, an organization that has been campaigning against nuclear power plant for about 30 years. He says reactors are blowing up in most European countries.
We're campaigning against nuclear for very clear reasons. It's very expensive. It makes people poor. It's putting countries in debt, especially if it's poor countries. It's very dangerous. Reactors are blowing up, and reactors releasing radiation that hurt people and ecosystems. And it's also about nuclear waste. Every day that nuclear plant is in operation, it produces nuclear waste that are very harmful for environment and people.
These sentiments are echoed by a South African citizen, Francesca de Gasparis, and Alessandra Canova, who is from Switzerland.
Be done properly with proper consultation of communities. That is very, very important. That's one of our experiences. And it doesn't look like that is happening here in Kilifi, unfortunately. The next problem that we see with nuclear power is the waste, which carries on for tens of hundreds of thousands of years. And it's very, very costly to store, and it's very toxic and radioactive. Even a tiny amount can destroy your tourism industry, which this whole coastline is dependent on.
In Europe, as Vladimir said earlier, all the countries which used to have the nuclear power plants are dismantling it because it's not safe, because it's very expensive, and because it's not true that it fights the climate change nor the shortage of resources. So almost all countries in Europe are dismantling the nuclear plant.
The only African country that established a nuclear power plant is South Africa, but according to Makoma Lekalakala, director at Earthlife Africa, they had to go to court to stop the extension of its lifespan.
South Africa is the only country currently that has got a nuclear power plant, which unfortunately the plant has got to be decommissioned now because the plant has reached its lifespan. We see the government wanting to extend the lifespan of the plant, but it's quite dangerous because of the lifespan, the design of the plant, and also that there has been kind of issues. The International Atomic Agency had come to South Africa to say they must fix particular things. So we are also, as civil society organizations, don't see the need of extending that lifespan of the only nuclear power station in Africa.
Phyllis Omido, a local environmental activist, says the Nuclear Power and Energy Agency, NUPEA, has failed to disclose a proper environmental impact assessment report, forcing the activists to do theirs using AI.
Kuja kusimama na Uyombo na kusimama na sisi kwa harakati za kutoa utafiti wote ambao tunaweza kutumia. Tuna review ile sasa report, tuna team kutoka Germany na tunataka kutumia hizi ripoti kusimama na wananchi wa Uyombo ambao wamekataa kabisa huu mradi. Tumeitisha NUPEA wafanye feasibility study na environmental impact ni kama imewashinda. Kwa hivyo sisi tumefanya kupitia ushirika wetu na hawa experts kutoka nchi zingine, tunafanya environmental impact assessment ambayo itahusisha Arabuko Sokoke na Watamu Marine Park, itahusisha wanyama wetu wote ambao wako pale na plants na all marine life that we have.
On Friday, both the experts and environmentalists visited NUPEA and gave their account on the nuclear power plant.
Basically shared with them the information about the Kenya's nuclear power program, informing them what the plans of the country are, where we are as a country. And they sought to engage us with their own debates about nuclear being a bad choice. But we made it very clear to them that we are here to go by the facts and the science. What we will do as a country is to ensure that this program is developed and delivered in a manner that respects the laws of the country, that upholds the dignity of our people, and that it is done in a manner that is safe and secure.
Tobias Chanji, KTN News, Kilifi County.
Thank you, Tobias Chanji, for that report. Now to Laikipia County, where women in the area have registered a new beginning after embracing poultry farming following training on how to